Welcome everybody. How you guys doing? Happy New Year. Happy New Year, everybody. Good to see you guys. Okay, let's make it happen here. I'm going live. Some more people are going to join us a little bit here. So, yeah, going live on all platforms as well. So super excited. Happy New Year. Put down the chat where you guys coming from and what's your biggest why for being here. Good to see you guys. Awesome. All right. All right. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. What's your biggest why? Lorena, good to see you. Bridget, Joanne, Juan. Why are you here? Christy, too. Okay. What's your New Year's resolution, guys? Want to earn passive income, have more time with my family. Amen to that. Amen to that. All right. Alabama. Welcome, Alabama. Welcome, Alabama. Good old Alabama, right? I'm asking myself the same question. Well, what's your answer? If you can come up with an answer, what would that be? Okay, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's just whatever your gut instinct is, you know? What's your gut instinct, right? Las Vegas. All right. Passive income, quit your job. Can you hear me okay? Good.
Yes, Papa
Financial
Chau, we
freedom.
hear.
Okay, good. What will you do when you quit your job? Bronx, New York City. All right. Nice. Nice. You can make it there, you can make anywhere, right? Okay, so welcome. Definitely turn on your camera. Love to see you. The more we can connect, we do business with people we like and we trust, right? So the more you can interact, the more we can connect. You never know. You could find your best partner here. And that happened many, many times, okay? Within our community because we make sure, hey, I mean, we have the best people in the community, okay? And every day I pray to get the best people. So that's what we have. So God really bless us with the best people here. So very grateful to have you guys here today. I know you guys not easy if you guys take the time out. So I'm going to do everything I can to make it worth your while tonight. Okay. So all I ask for in exchange is your focused attention. All right. Put the credit card away. There's nothing to sell you at all. Okay. My job today is to give you as much value as much as possible. It's a thank you for the following me for this time and for the New Year's as well. So I'm gonna, you know, do what everything I can to compress my 20 years of experience, real estate, business, all of that, and $1 million into myself that I have invested to give you guys in this next hour and a half. Okay. So I ask for is just your undivided attention and your participation. Can y'all do that? Right? Good. That's it. So we can help everybody grow here. All right. So, okay. Help with nonprofit. Awesome. What kind of nonprofit? Get financial goals. Work for myself. Invest. Awesome. What does financial freedom mean for you? Okay, and what's your biggest challenges? Put down in the chat too. What has been your biggest challenges to, you know, your financial freedom so far? So based on your answer, that's where I'm gonna tackle, right? Today. Starting. All right. Starting. Mindset. Okay, good. What else? And yeah, please turn on your camera. I'd love to see you, can connect with you guys. This is the real Dr. Chow. It's not Dr. Chow AI, right? So Lino, I can see you. Got a very distinguished beard, looking good. Shannon, like your smile. Yeah, beautiful hair, like, you know. Damita, yep. Christian, Bridget, Ashley, okay. Cassandra, good to see you. Um, yeah, money and mentorship. Yeah. So it's never the question of resources, is right? It's the question of resourcefulness. That's what my mentor, Tony Robbins, always told us. Two people grow up in the same area. It could be in Africa with nothing, or in the ghetto of the Bronx, whatever. One become a billionaire, and one still digging ditches or doing manual labor, right? Why? They start the same family. It could be even the same family because one being resourceful, use what you have. So it's never a question about the money, the resources. It's a question of resourcefulness, right? And the mindset. Yes, the mindset and the mentor. I totally agree. Because without the mentor, whatever it is that you do, you know, without the mentor, it's going to take you 10 times longer. It's going to cost you 10 times more and 10 times more frustration and headaches and all of that as well, right? That's right. That's right. Get out of that, back on track, post COVID. Okay. Yep. Resourcefulness. That's right. Okay. Good. Good. Yeah. So there you go. There you go. Fear of taking a big leap of faith and money investment. That's true. That's true. Okay. And that's real. That fear is real for most people. I remember a multi-millionaire one time on the stage and he wrote on the whiteboard $1 million. And he asked the lady in the audience, how much is she making? 50K. So he's saying that every year that she doesn't know how to make $1 million, that she doesn't invest in herself and actually take the step to learn and make it, that means that she's losing $950,000 every single year of her potential. You see, it's a cost of inaction. The biggest cost in your life is ignorance. It's the ignorance tax, right? It's the biggest tax, the biggest cost in your life. So the fear should not be taking a leap of faith. It's the fear of inaction. It's the fear of staying the same, staying stuck. You see, that fear should be bigger than any kind of investment or taking action toward your dream, all of that. Because if you don't do anything different, guys, how is 2026 going to be different for 2025 if you don't do anything different, right? And what's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. That's from Albert Einstein, right? So really walk through that. Like imagine 2026, if you don't do what you're supposed to do and you still stuck in the same way, imagine it's the end of 2026, same time, same place, or January 2027, and you're looking back at 2026 and you're still stuck the same place. How you feel, right? You still let down your loved one. You let down yourself. How you feel? Stuck, you suck, right? Exactly. You see? Really feel that pain. And I know nobody want to go there. Everybody want to be, talk about positivity, new year, new you, and all of that. But pain is what moves people, right? So do yourself a favor and just imagine that. What's the fear of that a year from now, looking back, and you're not going anywhere, and worse, your health got worse, you know, some of your family got worse as well because you don't have time to spend with them. You don't have life to spend with them, right? How you feel? You see what I'm saying? So that's why, and then scaled out for next 5 years, 10 years, being stuck in the same place, working the same job, driving. I used to remember I used to drive an hour to work, worked 8, 9 hours without any breaks, without even lunch break, and then drive an hour home. A lot of time I have to nap in my car in the parking lot or in the middle of the road, was not safe at all, risking my life, you know. right? And then make all the promises to my family, but never able to fulfill them because I was being a corporate slave, living paycheck to paycheck. And even at doctor level, that was when even when I was a doctor already, it's still the same. Just you're still living paycheck to paycheck because the whole system is designed for corporate slavery. Okay, even if you guys don't want to acknowledge that, it's about time to wake up, right? It's like it's like when I get my freedom, it's like unplugged from the matrix. It's like unplugged from the matrix, guys. Really. Okay. I get freedom and oh my goodness, I see so clearly now how the whole system is to pump out modern slavery. Okay. It is what it is. Corporate America don't care about us, guys. Okay. They don't. You've seen it. And hopefully this is a wake-up call for most people. This past year has been the toughest year. And I'm not here to sugarcoat it and trying to pump you guys up, rah, rah, and all that. No. We all know 2025 has been one of the toughest year ever. Even if you're a government, job, you're in the military, your job is not secure, right? So how much longer are you gonna wait, lying to yourself, just hoping, praying that it's gonna get better? You see? How much longer, right? So that's why I want to applaud you guys for being here because you guys are the champion to actually show up for yourself, for your family, right? So pat yourself in the back right now for doing that, you know? But at the same time, I want to serve this as a wake-up call for most people because most people, say that, oh, I don't have a problem. I don't have any challenges. Life is good, Great. So why are you here, right? You know what I'm saying? Is it about time that we stop, lying to ourselves, lying to other people? Even if you're doing good at your work, at your business, all of that right now, and your income depending on just one source of income, knock on wood, but what if something happened to your job? Something happened to you and you can't perform anymore, you know? For example, I have a followers that have been following me for a long time and she's making 200K a year in income. She's doing good, right? Corporate job, executive, blah, blah, blah. And she thought that she didn't need this. So many years go by, she's just going these cars, do nothing, nothing happened. Okay. It's like, great, right? She's here for entertainment. And then one day she got health issues and she can't work anymore. And then she lost her job and then she can't pay the mortgages. So everything that she worked for, she has several houses, gonna go foreclosure. And I was like, I'm sorry, but you've been following me for many years. Why haven't you done something about it? It's like, oh, I should have, start crying, of that. But don't let that be you. Okay, guys? Don't let that be you. So the fear of staying the same where you're at, getting stuck, should be bigger, the fear of inaction should be bigger than the fear of action. You got me, Joanne? That's the whole point of this, right? It's the fear of inaction should be way bigger than the fear of action. The fear of, you know, breaking promises to yourself, to your family, and be a disappointment should be bigger than the fear of you getting rejected. Okay. So what? They said no. So what? All right. Big deal. It's not gonna make anything, it's not gonna like do anything to you except make you stronger. Right? Yes. When they say no, you say next. That's correct. Okay. So anyway, I went on a little rant here, but this is unscripted, guys. I learned this from my mentor because I want to flow freely from what you guys telling me, right? And you guys think you guys coming in to learn corporate housing and all of that. We'll get to that. All the tactical stuff, all the strategy and all of that. That's all great, but that's only 20% of your success. My billionaire mentor, Tony Robbins, always says 80% of it is mindset, guys. 80% of it is mindset. Okay. So that's why I'm here. And that's why my students will tell you, literally we just got on the call and some of my students was on the last call. We literally had two students that before us, they just got stuck with nothing for many years working as one was a nurse, the other one is a school teacher, and literally within 1 month, they did one deal with us, replaced their income. One deal, 1 month. And how much time did they actually work for that deal or for that 5 hours a week, if that, versus working 40 hours a week, 50 hours a week for the past 20 some years and get stuck at the same level. You see the difference? It's not a tactic, it's not a strategy, but it's great. All of that's great, 20%. But they will tell you themselves is 80% of it is what I'm sharing with you here is the mindset for you to actually take action, overcome your fear, you know, sacrifice your old self, get a new self, you know. Every day you gotta wake up, you got to choose. Am I gonna be the the child that procrastinate, that being fearful, not taking action, that doesn't have integrity, or am I gonna take action, help other people, go above and beyond every day? I gotta kill the child that is bad and sacrifice him so I can gain the Dr. Chau that is, you know, that gonna over deliver, that gonna always show up, that gonna do the right thing, that gonna help people succeed and contribute, you know? So anyway, for those of you, oh, the New Year's gift, guys, if y'all want a 1 hour consultation call with me, usually $3,000, but I'm giving 5 spots for free. So for the first 5 people, it's my New Year's gift to you. So the link's in the chat. You gotta apply, and it's not for everybody. So if you're serious, then book the call. Okay. If you're not serious, that's okay as well. Okay. That's okay as well. But you got to ask yourself, how much longer are you willing to waste your precious time, which is your precious life, and just keep on wasting time, keep on wasting life? How much longer are you going to be stuck where you are? You know, that's for you to answer. Okay. So that car is well, there's only 5 spots. So for the first 5, and if you're qualified, it will be with me. Okay. There are some questions in there to make sure that you qualify. If not, I still have a couple of advisors that will help you, that can give you about 20, 30 minutes of their time. So either way, it's a win-win for you. Okay. The only way that you don't win is for you to not do this, for you to not book the call. Right. And it's so like blow my mind is how many people go on my webinar every single week and they don't do anything about it. It's like, why? I'm not that, I know I'm good looking, but I'm not like Netflix is way better. Okay. All right. Go and enjoy the show on Netflix. So seriously, if you're here for entertainment, I'm not here to entertain you. Okay. I'm here to transform your life, hopefully. Okay. And I can only do that if you actually take action, right? If you actually make it happen. If you actually take the action and then, I do it tomorrow, maybe next time, tomorrow never comes, guys. You only have today. And like Tony Robbins always said, when would now be the best time? When would now be the best time? Right? So how you do anything is how you do everything. If you procrastinate here, what else are you procrastinating about? Right? What else are you putting off? What else are you keep telling yourself keep lying to yourself that it's okay. I'm telling you, it's not okay. If you are not having 10 sources of income right now, 10 houses making you at least 20,000, 30,000 a month passively, then it's not okay. Okay. You're putting your family in jeopardy, in a very dangerous position if you only have one or two sources of income. If something happened to you, knock on wood, or your company or your job, what would happen to your family? Right? What would happen to you? Okay. You got to face these fears, right? The worst can happen. And it has this past year. So it's about time to wake up, guys. The red pill or the blue pill. Matrix, the movie The Matrix is not science fiction, it's a documentary. Okay. It's actually happening. But anyway, let's dive into here. So went from a trap corporate slave. Oh, oh, sorry guys. Who's let the dogs out, man? Oh goodness. Oh man. Have a fun, have a fun office here. Okay. So how I went from a trapped corporate slave to have absolute freedom with corporate housing without owning any properties, having any employees or real estate experience. Okay. And I'm talking about absolute freedom. That means that you have money freedom, time freedom, relationship with my lovely wife in Santorini. We literally just took like a 2 month hiatus all the way from, the beach of Cancun to Paris for the Olympics to Santorini, which has been on our bucket list for a long time. All right. For 3 months. So whoever you are being mentored by, or whoever you look up to at your job or at your work, see if they can do that. Okay. It's not about me. It's about what this vehicle, this strategy can do for you. This, I've been searching hard and long, guys. 20 years entrepreneurs, being a doctor, MBA, hanging out, billionaires, learn from 4 billionaire mentor, been to their homes, hanging around people that is 10 times, 100 times more rich than me. Okay. But I have not found any vehicle that can give you this type of freedom. What I mean by that. So the money freedom, what doctor and lawyer have money, have a lot of money, right? Okay. And that's great. Most people don't. But even you get that, you don't have time freedom, right? Even you doctor, lawyer, and all of that, you're making $1,000 an hour, but the more you make, the more time you have to sacrifice. You see, this gives you passive income. Every dollar in passive income should be equal to, I say, even $100 in active income. Okay, because you cannot manufacture time. You can never get that moment back when your daughter is graduating, or when your son is, speak the first time, right? Or when your spouse birthday and you want to celebrate with them, right? You can never get that time back, no matter how much money you make. So this, because real estate is the way for you to get passive income, that the most passive, you make money in your sleep, literally. That's why you have time freedom. You get me? And then some people have time freedom, but they don't have relationship freedom, which means, let's say they have like 100 clients that they have to talk to, 1,000 clients they have to service, right? Like, for example, if you do any service job, you have a lot of clients. Okay. Even if you have a business, you have a lot of clients. They can call you anytime. Okay. You have too many clients. There's no relationship freedom. If you do Airbnb, regular vacation rental, you have too many clients. Okay. Right. And every week is a new set of clients. Guess how many clients that you have here to make 20,000 a month, travel around the world, 200K a year? About 10 to 20. And most of the time, you don't have to be with them to make money. The difference between this business and all the other businesses, doctor, lawyer, realtor, being a mortgage, and any kind of other service business out there, dry cleaner, you know, anything. You have to spend time with your client to make money, right? You have to spend time with your client to make money. This, this, you don't have to spend time with your client to make money. Okay. They wire you monthly income. They literally wire you monthly income because your property is making you money while you sleep. Okay. Your property is making you money while you sleep. That's why. All right. And then location freedom, right? If you do anything, usually you have to be tied in a location, right? You have to be stuck at somewhere. But this, you can literally manage this from anywhere around the world, just from your phone and the internet. Okay. And once you reach a certain level, you can hire a manager and she take care of everything for me. Some of the houses I haven't been in for years. Okay. Right. And I don't have to talk to really any client for years because I have a team that take care of it. And they've been fantastic. You see? So that is called systems, right? So you can do this without owning any properties, have any employees or real estate experience. So you don't have to have anything. The only qualification you need here, number one, is being coachable. That's it. Number one. Number two is having a positive mindset. No negativity allowed in the community. Number three is being a giver and not just a taker, right? Those three are the requirement to be a part of our community. I don't care how much money anybody have, if they don't meet those three requirement alignment, then there's not in line with us. And one bad apple can ruin the whole community. So that's why we don't, it's an invite only community, what we have. Okay. And that's why we have trust. That's why we have longevity. Been doing this for 10 years, one of the largest corporate housing, insurance housing community in America. All right. And actually the only one actually teaching you how to do this. But anyway, I'll do everything in my power, make it worth your while. Stay to the end. I'll give you the blueprints on how you can do this as well. So I invest over $1 million into my mindset and my strategy. And I just go with the one vehicle to help me get absolute financial freedom. Right. I learn from the right people and I refuse to give up. That's the biggest thing I want you to pass on to you is, these are my mentors. They're all billionaires with a B. Okay. I think they know a thing or two about business, right? Like Grant Cardone on 10,000 units. Okay. Tony Robbins on 4,000 units. Okay. With 100 other companies. Sir Richard Branson worth about $5 billion. He owned the whole island that I'm sitting on. That's his island worth of hundreds of millions of dollars. And then he owned a cruise line. He invited me um to his birthday party, and it's not on the big yacht. It's on his cruise ship. You got me? That's the level these guys playing in. Make sense? But they are all invest in real estate. That's how they hold their wealth and get the passive income. Tony Robbins can tell you in the first 10 years of his life, he feel like he was like a dancing bear on stage. If he doesn't dance on stage, then he doesn't make any money, right? But then he got smarter and he invests in real estate, he invests in passive income, and now he has like billions of dollars of revenue every year and a lot of passive income. He doesn't have to worry about anything. His legacy live on forever. Same thing with Grant Cardone or Sir Richard Branson. You see? So having the right mentor is the key. Having the right community is the key, right? And people ask us all the time, hey, what's separate? There's so many mentor guru out there. How you know this is real and all of that? Well, ask them, is any of them able to be at the houses of three billionaires of the biggest names in the world and also get them to shout me out to their community, shout them out to their community, right? I have proof of that. And I just want to show that to you so that way you can see like these billionaires, they can smell you from miles away if you're not legit. All right. You can't be even close to them. Right. So if we pass the test of all these billionaires, wouldn't that pass the test of you? Right. You're welcome to be mentored by anybody out there. And there's a lot of great mentors out there. I'm not saying all of them are bad, but a lot of them are. Right. And you know that. So just ask them, let's see, hey, are they being shouted out by billionaires? Are they able to go to, are they being mentored by billionaires? Right? Are they able to, you know, be in their houses, have their phone number, know them by name? So, and I refuse to give up. That's the best key. So it's not about me, guys. It's about what you can do with this, about our community. Like these two students met within our community. Within 1 month, they did 2 deals, or 2 months, they did 2 deals, and they replaced the income. That's how fast this can go. Okay. You want insurance booking that paid 3 months upfront, like Sunny, 3 months upfront, literally upfront. Okay. Or if you are moms, how many in here are moms? Okay. These two were mom, or still mom, but they work full time and they don't have the time to do this, or they thought, right? And they're like, how am I going to do this with two little kids working full time? Literally, I have showed them within the right system, and here within the first month, she cleared 10K passive. Amanda, within a couple months, cleared 20K. And now they retire, travel around the world, take care of their family, take care of their kids with them all over the world and have fun rest of their life. And they are like in their early 30s. So my hats go out off to all the moms out there that are working. I don't know how you guys do it. You guys have like 3 jobs, right? Your full-time job, second job, managing the kids, third job is managing your husband, right? That's a full-time job. I got you. Okay. So I don't know how you do it, but you guys does it. Okay. Anyway, my goal for this is to show you stuff that nobody else is teaching about beyond Airbnb, okay, without owning any properties. And I'm really the only one that has broke the internet about corporate housing and insurance housing. Before me, nobody was talking about this. Everybody talking about Airbnb and vacation rental and everything. And I'm over here yelling on the rooftop, hey, don't do vacation rental. Don't just do Airbnb. There's a much better way. It's called corporate housing. It's called insurance housing, where the stays are 3 to 6 months and you don't have to deal with all the BS or the headaches that you're dealing with vacation rental that trash your place. Or if you're a long-term investor, you're not making any cash flow. And what's the point of doing this if you have no cash flow? Right? If you're working for free. Okay. So my story is an immigrant from Vietnam, come over here, third world country, sleep on a one tiny bedroom, try to learn English, all four of us, mom, dad, me, and my sister. I didn't even know any English. The only person we know was my uncle who worked in a Chinese restaurant. So he doesn't know anybody either. Okay, so no money, no connection, not even English. So if you know English, you were way ahead of me. right now, right? So no excuses. You got me? Okay. So we've been taught to go to school, get good grade, become doctor and lawyer, right? That's always been taught that. So that's monkey see, monkey do. So that's what I did. Okay. That's why I thought that's the way to get freedom. So that's what I did. Right. So literally it took me forever to get my um doctorate degree. Forever. Like 8 years of school. Literally, at least. College, right? 400K. Survivor of ramen noodle. You know, Little Caesar pizza. I finally graduated after 8 years of hell. That's harder than anything I ever done, even make millions of dollars. Okay. So first year out of school, I worked my butt off and won the Pharmacy of the Year award for a Fortune 1 company, and I thought I made it. And I was like, Mom, Dad, I can take care of you guys, retire you now, don't worry about a thing. You know what happened? They sat me down, the company sat me down. They give me a 2% raise that doesn't even keep up with inflation. Okay. And then they cut my staff by 30% because they know that I can handle it. I was like, this is BS, right? I mean, I feel like I was working at a pharmacy. I feel like, or at a corporate job, I feel like I was like a manager at McDonald's or something, where we get measured every second by how much we produce and the bottom line, not how much, customer service or patient care that we do for our people. Right. And I was like, and I look at my mentor who are 20, 30 years there, older than me, and he has less health, less, everything, and more problems, more complaints, more, more issues with his back, with his, everything. No freedom. You know, I was like, this is BS. I want to take a vacation. I have to apply for 3 months and I have to pray to make sure that I get it. And it's only for a week or something, right? I want to go for 3 months. Like literally, my wife and I just book a one-way ticket to a country. How long we like it, that's how long we're gonna stay. That's how we travel nowadays. I love that. I love that, right? And then we can just decide last minute, hey, I want to fly there, I want to check this out, I want to do that. Why not? Right? Why not? Why not? Okay. So I was trapped and I thought I made it. Okay. My mom was diagnosed with cancer at the time too. So I was like, I gotta figure something out fast. Okay. I tried all kind of businesses you can imagine from then. I tried drop shipping, multi-level marketing, day trading. Anybody tried these before? Franchise restaurant, multi-family, being a realtor, traditional real estate. Okay. Anybody try that before? Put down in the chat. I tried all of these things. The biggest thing that I learned from all of these, you know, learning experience are a few things. All of these are active income. They're not passive. Okay. And like drop shipping, you're trying to compete with millions of people and trying to sell the same thing and making 20 bucks a pop. How many of those do you need to make 10K a month? You need thousands and thousands of, transaction, thousands of customers a month to make 10,000 a month. I don't even have time to talk to 10 people. I don't even want to talk to like 20 people, as my client a month, not much less. Thousands of people. How do you have time for that? You see? Multi-level marketing, same thing. You need thousands of people to make any kind of significant money. And it's like stalking people in the mall and stuff. I'm like, man, that's really business. And then day trading, you're making some good money with day trading. I made like millions of dollars before, and then I lost it all in 1 week. I thought it was a genius. Like, you experienced that during COVID. I have all these big monitors, watch it, day traded like 10 hours a day, waking up at 5 a.m., right? Cash news, all of that stuff. having like hypertension and like, you know, I was like, and then you lose it all. And then I did that for a couple of times. And I swear I'm not gonna do that anymore. Okay. Ever. Why? I realized that there are professional companies that hire the sharpest minds, hundreds of them, and their sole job is to take money out of the retail trader. So you think you can compete against hundreds of professionals working full time while you over here trading part time? You are kidding yourself. Okay, you're kidding yourself. It's about time to wake up. All right. Franchise, opening up traditional businesses. Anybody have traditional businesses? Put down in the chat. Right? Dry cleaner, restaurant, nail salon, you name it. Our family have tried. What I learned from regular business is the cost is so much, the overhead is so huge. I had to invest $400,000 to open a restaurant. It took me 2 years to build it. And when I absolutely finally built it and opened, I found out I have a $50,000 a year job managing a bunch of teenagers that don't want to show up at work. I was like, it's not a good deal. That 400K, if you invest in what we do, you can have 40 properties, make you about 80K a month. That's $1 million a year. If I had invested that, I would make $1 million a year in profit, 100K a month, right? You see? You see the difference? Because traditional business is so much overhead. Multifamily. You guys ever, do some multifamily? I'm sure some of you guys do, right? What's wrong with multifamily? Oh, it's great, except it's so hard to get in, and you need hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars for you to even do any deals because they always want some skin in the game, right? And if you lose a deal, that's hundreds of thousands of dollars right there. One deal. You see? So it's very risky and it's very demanding. And then even if you work it, you have like 10 different partners, 100 different investors you got to answer to. I mean, good luck getting 2 or 3 people agree on something, much less 10 people or 5 people even, right? You do anything with commercial real estate, it's a big deal, you know? You guys got me? Being a realtor, being traditional real estate, how many here are realtor, mortgage broker, and inspector? Put down in the chat. It's all good, right? But I found out I work nine weekends. That's not what I want to do. I want to make passive income. Now, if you're already a realtor, if you're already in real estate, by knowing this business, it will 10x your business. And more importantly, it will give you the passive income, not just one time, right? Even if you make 20,000, 30,000 a deal with selling a home, you got to do it all over again. So my billionaire mentor told me something that I want to pass on to you. If you don't have recurring income, you don't have a business, you have a job. Write that down, burn that to your brain. If you don't have recurring income, don't have a business, you have a job. Okay? So you want to have recurring income, you want to have passive income. Make sense, guys? This will give you that. So I was frustrated, I was burned out, and I was trapped because I was working 60 hours a week. I was lost, I was miserable, and I was at rock bottom. That is when I met somebody who gave me the epiphany, and I thank her to this day. The epiphany is, what if you don't have to own the house to make money from it? What if you could rent a vacant home, subleasing it? Back then, Airbnb just got started and then scale to freedom, right? Now it's corporate housing, way better. But that's the epiphany. Does Airbnb own any houses? Does Uber own any cars? Put down in the chat. No, right? They don't own any houses, they don't own any cars. But yet they become the biggest real estate company in the world. They become the biggest car company in the world. Why? Because they leverage other people's stuff. Simple as that. They leverage other people's houses, OPP, other people's property, right? So if you learn the same art, then you can leverage other people's property. You're going to bypass 40, 50 years of hard work, saving up the money, buy the property, rehabbing it, and all of that. I mean, guys, it took me like 5 years for me to buy my first rental, save up the money, even at doctor level, to buy a property and then rent it out long term and make like a couple $100 a month. And I was like, I want 10K a month back then, which is 20K a month now. So I was making 300K, $300 a month. How many properties do I need to make 10K a month? 30 properties. If it took me 3 to 5 years to get one, how long did it take for me to get to 30 properties? 100 years to 150 years. Okay, let's be real, right? How many people want to wait that long? How many, even 30 years? How many want to wait 30 years? I don't like that game plan. Okay. So anyway, book a free consultation with us if you haven't already. Again, 5 spots available for me, worth over $3,000 an hour. So take advantage of that. And in that, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna put on my doctor's hat. I'm gonna really work on see how we can. What are the missing pieces? What's the mindset blockages that is blocking you from achieve your financial freedom? So you're ready to transform. Take it seriously. If you're not ready, please don't book it. This is for people who are serious and ready, right? So 3 things to look for. Number one is being coachable, being open-minded, right? I'm gonna help you to see and understand why you've been stuck. That's more important than anything. Is clarity is power. And then how you can get to where you want to go if you can just focus for the next 3 to 6 months, all your dreams can come true, guys. I have so many people. All your dreams can come true. You just focus for the next 36 months. How many can focus for the next 36 months just for 5, 10 hours a week, right? Make 6 figure passive. How to book? Just click on that link up there. Rianne is my executive assistant. Click on the link and fill out the application. If you already have a property already, great. Do it. Absolutely. Do it. Right? Just do it. Okay. All right. So the old model is to change your time for money directly. 1 hour of your life equal X amount of dollars. All right. Salary is even worse. Okay. And they told us to put money into a safe place, and hopefully 50 years from now, we can enjoy it. Anybody know anybody that actually this plan work out for, that they become Deca millionaire and they can actually like worth tens of millions of dollars from the hedge fund, from 401k, from IRA, and they can actually enjoy their money while they are young and free. Okay. Nobody. All right. Maybe some people, actually make it in the, 60s and 70s, but then by that time they don't really have the energy or the passion to travel and enjoy life anymore. Anybody like see anything wrong with that? And while the hedge funds manager, the banker, the big banker, are the one who travel around the world driving a Lamborghini, Ferrari, even caviar. Anybody like ever thought about that? Why? Because this plan is not built for you. It's built for the hedge funds manager, the banker. You got me? They don't want to benefit from this, not you. Okay? Because for you to make even just 10K a month from this plan, you need $2.5 million. Okay? How many here can save $2.5 million in the next year? Even 10 years at your current saving rate, right? So That's why you cannot save your way to wealth and freedom, guys. You got to invest in the right mentor, the right community that already done it and understand how to leverage other people properties, other people mindset, other people connections that we have built with the corporate clients, insurance clients for the past 10 years. So instantly you get client, instantly you know what to do. So the new model is you want to create an equitable, scalable business model where you do not directly exchange your time for money. You want to earn money while you sleep. And then you continue to reinvest into your business for years to come. And then you have multiple sources of income. And it's not by your hard work or your time. It's in direct proportion to the value you provide to the marketplace. So take a screenshot of this, share this. This is what you need in your new year. You want to have a model where you make money in your sleep, right? And you can reinvest and scale it because some model you can't scale. Like the restaurant model is horrible. Anything traditional business is terrible. It took so much money to scale. Buying a house is terrible to scale. You cannot just go out and buy 10 houses and pay off and make money from it. All right? Does that make sense, guys? Okay. And then you reinvest into your business for years, and then you have multiple streams of income making money in your sleep. So imagining how many in here know, just imagine like if you have one source of income, anybody have one source of income? You should be like, oh shoot, I gotta do this fast or something fast to get as many sources of income as possible because you're not safe at all, right? Because if you have one source of income, what happened? Like when I was even a pharmacist making six figures, I was always thinking like, oh shoot, what happened if I make a mistake and I lose my license today? Or the company downsize, or the government, throw a wacko and everybody lose their job or not getting paid. Who gonna take care of my family? Nobody. You see? Now, that's when I had this, and was doing two properties a month, and I scaled to 20 something properties a month and making double what I was making as a pharmacist, working for the 5 to 10 hours a week instead of working 40, 50 hours a week. And I was like, why am I doing here? You see the difference? Because this, yes, Rachel can attest, lost your job as a professor, right? With degrees, almost lost everything. You see? Don't let that be you, right? So exactly, one paycheck from homelessness, right? It is stressful. So how much longer are you willing to go living like that? Stress is the number one cause of all diseases. The body is in dis-ease. Okay. We just went to Costa Rica and we thought we went to a third world country. And we actually found out that we are the third world in terms of health and happiness. Costa Rica is first world in terms of health and happiness. People live an average lifespan of 100 years old and with no illnesses, and they're happy. I was there for 3 months. I know they're very happy. Why? Because the system, okay? Because the system, the programming that we have been, say the matrix, go to school, sit down, shut up, do what you're told, get a job, get a mortgage, raise a couple kids, keep on paying the debt until you die. Ever thought about that? Being stressed out all the time? You see what I'm saying? There's a better way, right? What if you can have 10 houses, make you money in your sleep that you don't even own? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, a good job, lots of your time. Also a realtor who has serious, exactly, right? So if you're a realtor, you can actually make passive income managing other people's properties. I'll teach you how to do this. Yeah, yeah, we a mentorship company that mentor people how to do this. Okay. Now, I'm not sharing any anything about my course, about anything. This is a free class. Okay. So this is not about that. It is invite only. And I want to make sure it's the right fit for us as well. So that's why for those of you who are serious, you can book a call with us. And that I will give you as much value as possible. And then if we like you, then we might invite you to be a part of our mastermind, about a part of our community. But if we don't see that we align, then we're not going to make that offer. Okay. So, because I don't have to do business or talk with anybody that I don't need to. Same thing with my community. I want to protect them. So, three things we look for qualification in my community. Number one is being coachable. Number two is being positive, have a good attitude. And number three is being a giver and not just a taker, right? Okay. Anyway, the hallways, like on your own, had no mentor, had no support group, have no help with all the little stuff. Even then, I scaled to 23, you know, Airbnbs back then, corporate housing, make six figure within months and rest in history. Why is this different? Because clients stay here for months instead of days with corporate insurance housing, literally months. So if you're doing vacation rental, it's like you go out into the river with a fishing rod. You're trying to catch a fish at a time, and you're gonna get fed for two, three days. And then each of the fish you gotta cut and you gotta make it and all of that take forever. Every client you can then you gotta do it over again, right? But this is like you go into the ocean, you catch a big whale, a big company, a big insurance company as well, insurance housing, people going through flood, fire, and you get fed for for months, sometimes a year. Like literally one of my client students had a 1 year long booking pay upfront, $60,000 upfront, done. All right. I mean, that's, you're probably gonna make about 30,000, 40,000 from that one property. That's like a lot of people paycheck, like year-long salary, even half the salary or something, right? One deal. How many deals those can you do? You do one a month, you can do 12. Okay. So make two times the market rent while minimize management. That's what you do here because you are providing a valuable service to companies. You actually save them a lot of money from renting four hotels instead of one house. And then the company pay for it anyway. So that's why you can charge two times the market rent. Hopefully some of you caught that. Okay. Because we're providing more value by furnishing the home, right? Furnishing the home and also adding Wi-Fi and maintenance and nice thing and all of that. That's why we're able to charge two times the market rent. Does that make sense? Okay. So it's 10 times less management than vacation rental because the length of stay is like 20, 30 times longer. Does that make sense? So instead of 3 to 6 nights booking, you have 3 to 6 months. That's 30 times longer. So therefore your workload is 30 times less. That makes sense? So your workload is 30 times less, you have 30 times more freedom, or at least 10 times more freedom, right? 10 times less risk and headaches because it's a business to business versus business to consumer, right? Business to business. Okay. Escape the regulations and have a lot of tax exempts with this because it's 30 days or longer stay versus Airbnb is less than 30 days. So you got to pay a bunch of hotel tax. You got a bunch of regulations, all that stuff that you have to deal with. Make sense? So that's why this is incredible. That's why we build this community for a reason. And that's why we won a lot of awards for a reason too, right? So that's why we're here to help you understand this. Now, disclaimer, this is not financial legal advice. Okay. I'm not an attorney. I'm not an accountant. Take it or leave it. It's up to you. Okay. What I can say is we have hundreds of successful students that we have helped for the past 10 years, and we won a lot of awards already from a lot of billionaires. So I'm sure we can help you. But anyway, Kansas, depending on the area, and I'll go over how to analyze the property in a little bit here as well. Okay. So the difference between short-term rental versus mid-term is short-term is anything less than 30 days stay. Mid-term is anything longer than 30 days. Okay. Demographic, vacation rental are people who want to party, usually use drug, alcohol, and just having a lot of people and just wear and tear. Midterm or corporate housing is the company or insurance housing. Family that going through renovations because of flood, fire, hurricane, or flooding, whatever, and they need a place to stay while their home is being renovated. You see? So that's why they have that. Short term require continuous management after stays. Midterm, way less management, right? Way less management with midterm. Okay. So that's why it works, right? So why do we rent versus own or buy the property? When you own or buy the property, you need a lot of capital to buy, and you need a lot of time to rehab, right? How many to rehab a property? You know what I'm saying? When you rent for the same amount of money, you can do 10 houses. You can rent 10 houses instead of buy one. So for the same amount of investment, do you guys want to make 10 times more or just one time or just one house? Which one? 10 houses or one house? Put down in the chat, right? Of course, 10 houses, right? It's not a trick question, okay? And then if you buy the houses, how many can you buy a year or 5 year? How long did it take for you to buy the last one? You know, how long will it take for you to buy 10 houses? Usually 30, 40 years, the rest of your life. You guys want to have another 30, 40 years? You see? Versus renting, you can just rent two a month. 3 months from now, you have six. Average, you make 2K a month. You literally hit 12K a month right there. If you're in California or Florida, you're making more like double that. So you're making 4K a month, right? So if you want 20,000 a month, all you need is five property, right? New York too, you make good money with New York, 3 or 4 thousand a month, right? So it's a lot more flexible and a lot less risk. So for the same amount of money, do you guys want to put it all into one house? And if that house that you bought is not the right one, you can lose everything. Or you want to put it into 10 houses, 10 different markets. So if one of them don't work out, that's only 10% of your income and it's not devastated, right? And then how fast can you open another one like that? You see the difference? That's why we do what we do. Make sense? So this is the financial freedom formula, guys. This is all you need to get freedom. So, for example, month one, all you need is just do one property, one deal, you make 2K a month. Month two, you do two more deals, now you're 6K a month. Month three, you do two more deals, now you're 10K a month. Now you in New York, Florida, or California, just double this amount. Usually that's what you make. Okay. Okay. But even minimum this amount, is that worth it? 3 months from now, you can be making six-figure income. 10K a month. Imagining that. What would that do for you and your family? 6 months from now, you can be making two more, and you have 10 11 probably make you 20 something K a month. That's a quarter of a meal a year and working a few hours a week in like pretty much passive income. You understand what I'm saying? That's huge. To put in perspective, for you to make 10K a month in passive income from investing, you need $2.5 million to pay you 4% dividends. How long does it take for you to save $2.5 million at your current saving rate? Right? At your current saving rate. Right? Put down in the chat. How long would that take? You see? So, and then you want to exactly a whole lifetime, right? And you want to take care of your kids for the rest of their life. The best way is get them 10 houses, put them into a trust, put this business into a trust, and spit out 20, 30,000 a month, and they never have to work the rest of their life. They never have to like work for something they don't want to do, right? And actually, I give scholarship to my student children as well. I love helping the youth, to change. Our youngest student is 15 years old. He's the son of an immigrant mom, right? And without community help, we help him make a couple deals happen, and he literally make more than some adult make at 15 years old. What would that change for their family? So my mission now is no longer just, nice car, nice house, all that, retire my parents, all that. I've done that, right? Retire my wife, travel around the world. It's all great. But my mission now is more than that, because I remember like it's yesterday, like 2 years into my freedom. And I was like, I asked God, like, hey, what's next for me? Like, I don't want to just sit on the beach here and just drink another pina colada and what's the point, right? The point here, he said, is to help 1 million families get financial freedom, right? 1 million families get financial freedom. And I said family, and break generational curses and build generational wealth. Because as somebody who grew up with absolutely like nothing, as an immigrant, I have a lot of generational trauma and curses, and if you will, or limiting belief that I had to overcome, right? So that's why I give scholarship to all your students, all my student children. It's my way of giving back and helping the next generation. But anyway, so take a screenshot of this, put this somewhere, even your screenshot or whatever. This is all you need to get financial freedom, guys. Imagining 6 months from now, you have 10 houses making you 20 something K a month, 10 source of income passively. What would you do with your time? What will you do for your family? Where will you take them? Put down in the chat. What's your dream? Now it's time to dream again. Finally, right? So put down in the chat. What will you do? Right? Where will you go? What's your dream vacation? Who else would you help? Right? So put down in the chat. I want to know. It's a new year, new you, right? So what is that for you? What would that mean for you? Okay? Because without a dream, without a destination, we're never going to get there. Right? So don't be afraid. Put on the chat. What do you want to do? Okay? And let me play a quick testimonial for you so that way you can see how this works. So literally we have hundreds and hundreds of testimonials nationwide, guys. Look, doesn't matter what color, what age, where you're at, we always have success. Okay? So yeah, let me play this one so you can see.
I'm officially leaving my pharmacist career, the job, next month. I'm gonna be drafting my resignation letter. Well, I have other business endeavor as well.
That is awesome. How much are you making now?
Well, on average, $20,000. Last month was my biggest month. Of course, I grossed up $50,000.
Wow.
First time.
How long did it take you to get there?
9 months now.
How long did it take you to read a pharmacist?
Forever.
Actually got 2 appointments on Tuesday for 2 houses.
Nice.
And I made a personal goal to at least get 8 houses before the end of the year. And I'm going to do everything I can to beat that number.
That's 20K a month. That's
We started 5 months ago, and since then, an average of 1 every month. I'm at 6 right now. Just talked to another landlord last night. Looks like we'll probably sign number 7 here next week. It's exciting.
How much are we making with this?
About 12,000 a month.
1,000 a month. Yeah. So peaceful, man. Look at this guy. He's he's glowing. He got money all over his face, man.
I've been doing about 1 a month, but I think in the next 12 months, I want to do 20 in the next 12 months.
I'm a realtor in San Antonio. Life before was good, but life now is great. I started in mid-May or something like that. Got my property in June. Took about 2 weeks, furnished it, launched it. Less than 24 hours after that, I got a booking, and I've been 100% booked ever since.
Let's go.
How much profit that you're making? You're not really doing much of anything, right?
Yeah, I'm not doing nothing. The network you provide, man, the tools you provide, people we're around, we teach each other so much knowledge, man.
I met Dr. Chau at one of the Tony Robbins events, and he told me about this business, so I decided to take action right away. My wife really loved this idea. It took me about a couple weeks. I got the place fixed up. It looked good. The first house, I averaged about $7,000 profit
A month.
I really like the program. Everything is good. I'm working on my second property. It's just that because I've been doing it for 3 months. If I would have had 3 houses, I probably would have had another 50K to be in some beach somewhere and just, getting paid. So that's cool.
I am a student with Dr. Chau's mentorship. We finally got our rentals, our arbitrage, so everything's going good. We got our bookings. And yesterday we joined the elite. Honestly, with this, we get to know everything Dr. Chau knows. We get to be personal friends with him in so much like education because the value, it's way more than what he says. And in my opinion, it's the greatest thing that he's gonna do for everyone in this room. Thank you, Dr. Chau.
And how old are you?
I'm 15.
Let's go.
15. That's awesome, right? So if you're 15 years old, you can do this. Also a single mom immigrant and a truck driver. One of them was a truck driver, the guy in the middle who makes, 12,000 a month within 6 months. Literally, truck driver, you don't need to have any degrees. You can do this. What's your excuse? Right? What's your excuse? He's probably making 7K. Well, it's in California, and that's why, it's big property. So that's why I under promise and over deliver. So some property, I just said 2K a month on average nationwide, right? Even if you do that, you're good. You see? So, but yeah, some property you can make way, way more than that. Anyway. So let's dive into how to do this business so I can share with you the ins and out. Okay. So we're gonna step into actually just looking at deals. So I'm gonna do something very special for you guys is I'm gonna analyze some deals for you guys. So who in here has deals that want me to look at or also a market that you want me to analyze? I'll show you how this is done right now. What market you want me to look at, guys? Here's your chance. Okay. For those of you who stay on, I want to reward you guys for doing this. Literally, by knowing location, that's the most important thing. 3 things we're looking for in a location is highways, hospitals, and hotels. When 2 highways intersect, where attention flow, money flow. So when 2 highways intersect, that's where you want to be, right? That's where the hotels, the hospital actually gonna be. So that's where you want to be as well. That makes sense? So that's why it works, right? That's why it works. So you want to go to Google Map. You want to pop in your location, you deal, and then you start searching. Hutchinson property, right? So Let's try that. Hutchinson, Kansas. Anybody else? Or any other markets? Go down in chat, guys. Here's your chance. Don't lose it. Okay. Okay, so Kansas, right? In the country. Now, you know, some people can say, hey, if it's in the countryside, all of that, it could be harder. It's true. But you can also be king of the hill or queen of the hill, and you have no competition. We have that happen before as well, right? So look at the highways, and then you look at the hospitals. Okay, you have some hospital around there, right? You want to be close to the hospital. Why? Because they already done their market research, and then they drop like $1 billion to build a hospital. Don't you think they done the research? Of course. You got me? And then hotels, right? Hotels. Look, there's hotels, 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 hotel. There are some hotels, right? So there you go. So that could work. So what I would do if I were you, I would do one deal here. And by the way, you either arbitrage or you can co-host other people's property so you don't have to risk anything. If you do co-hosting, it's zero money down, right? So you don't have to risk much at all. If you do arbitrage, you're risking a few $1,000 to make 10 times that. You literally make 50K, 100K, somebody else's property. Does that make sense? So I would do one there, and then I would see what is the closest city that I can do another one in, right? Look, the world is your playground. You can do one in this city right here. You see? Right? Wichita. That's a close city. And then you can do one in Kansas City. The reason why is you want to test out 3 different markets, and whatever markets works, you stick to them, double down on that, right? Oh, by the way, if you're a part of our community, we have nationwide, hundreds of members nationwide. So instantly, you can partner with hundreds of members nationwide. So for example, if you're in Kansas, everybody know that you're in Kansas now, right? So who you think they're gonna call? They're gonna call Rachel, right? And then Rachel now can tell people, hey, I'm actually a nationwide corporate housing network. So if you have properties in California, or I mean, if you have corporate needs in California, Texas, Florida, New York, boom. Like Horn here is in New York. Well, guess who you call when you have a lead or you have a corporate client? Horn in New York. And guess what? Horn will go out there and find a deal, close the deal, and you guys do a split and you make passive income from that. Make sense, guys? That's why community is so important. Community is something you cannot replace or win by yourself. Make sense? So that's why I love our community. Okay. You see what I'm saying? And then Columbia, South Carolina. Okay. Columbia, South Carolina. Let's go there. I'm actually from South Carolina, believe it or not. I'm from Charleston, beautiful home, beautiful places. But Columbia is the capital of South Carolina. It's not as big as it's still South Carolina, but it's got stuff going on for sure. So look at the highways, look at hospital, right? Boom, boom. You want to be in this highway intersection, especially this one and that one. So hotels, right? You don't want to be in downtown, by the way, because that's too much politics, not enough parking and all of that. You see this cluster right here? You want to be in this cluster here, cluster here, right? And then I'm going to give you a special bonus of a different age. It's called healthy grocery store. Healthy grocery stores. Boom. Right? So you want to look for like Whole Food, Trader Joe. Why? Because these are the rich area. People already done the research. They're not going to put hundreds of $1 million to open a Whole Food market when it's not in a good area. Look, this Whole Food is next to a golf club. This area, I can tell just by having a Whole Food there, I know the area is good. Let them leverage them. They do the research for you, right? So this will be my number one pick right here, this area, okay, for Colombia, right? Does that make sense? Alpharetta, Georgia is a great, good market too, right? Nashville is good, all of that. So now you go to Zillow and you put in your criteria. So you map out the markets, right? You know that this area here is where it's at, southeast of Colombia, close to, the Wood Hill Estates, close to this Whole Food, this whole intersection between 77 and 76 right here, you see? So what you do, you go to Zillow, you search for rent, you put in 3 bedroom, 2 bath, actually trying to do 4 bedroom, 2.5 bath. That's more the sweet spot. You do home type is houses, no apartments or condos or townhouses, because you can make more with the houses. You have less headache with the houses. And why, for the same amount of work, instead of doing 2 apartments, you could do 1 house and make the same amount. So why do double the work? You see what I'm saying? You can do the entire place and then you apply, right? And then more future, you can allow small dogs, allow small cats, right? As well, okay? And then boom, you see? Boom. You get to see how many of these, oh, Colombia, South Carolina. Yeah, South Carolina. Okay. So you want to be around, you don't want to be paying too much either. So hit remove boundaries so you don't have to be bound by just the city limit. And then you look for just updated home. Let somebody else do all the updates for you. Okay. So these, you want to stay around the average in the area, right? So there's actually not a lot of 4 bedrooms. So you want to broaden the search by doing 3 bedroom. So 3 bedroom is fine as well. Okay. So here, for example, $2,300. Okay. It's not bad. You want to look for a property by owner or a small company listing agent, right? You check this out. Boom. Right? This property could work. Look, the kitchen is updated. The picture could be not good, but it could be good opportunities for you. You got me? It's not like that impressive, but this you can rent out for like 4,000, 5,000 to companies all day long because of the area, because of the now avoid this property management. You see property management watermark. That means that the property is already being managed. So there's less, it's harder for you to get the property, right? So like this one is pretty nice. Look, it's fully updated, right? You know how much they put in to buy this home? Put down payment and then renovate it, right? Look, they open for short-term lease as well. You see? And it listed for almost 60 days. So they definitely want this to be rented. So all you gotta do is call them, and I tell you what to say too. If you're gonna do arbitrage, it's a no-brainer. Okay, we have the script for that. But it's like, what are you waiting for? When you know the script, it's like, don't you want to have people who clean the home, take care of the property, right? And I'll share that with you in a little bit here, but let's focus here. So this, you can rent it for 3,400, and then you can rent out the company for about 7,000, and you make about 3,000 a month, for example. You see? You want to have cats and dogs, okay, as well, because a lot of families cannot stay in a hotel because they don't want their dogs and the cat gonna mess up the hotel. And it's too small for them. That's why they want a house, right? Same thing as you. If your family got displaced, you want to be in a house. So that's why this work. Look at the balcony in the back. It's great, the deck, right? This is awesome. I found you a deal right there. How long did that take? You see what I'm saying? Beautiful home. They probably put like 50K, 100K to buy it, another 50K, 100K to rehab it. And take them many years to build, to find and save and rehab. You don't have to do all of that, you know? You don't have to do any of that. You see? That's why I love this business. Make sense? So, based on this, they would say no sublease. If you don't know how to communicate, yeah, I'm going to show you how to communicate. So therefore, it will make sense for you. All right. Hey, Rianne, can you play this video for them real quick? Yeah. Play that video for them for me. All right. I'll share with you some stories here. And Rianne is awesome. Give Rianne a hand. And you can learn from all of my other students. And when I come back, I will show you how, just give me a couple minutes here, get myself set up here. I will show you the script on how to do this that get landlord to back you to do their property with you. Okay? So there you go. I'll be right back. Okay.
I want to introduce somebody very special, amazing, awesome student who's working 50 hours a week with 2 little kids. It's really blown my mind how working moms can also build a side business that within months able to make 6-figure income. Now she has 20 properties, 20 corporate housing, generating more than doctors make. And also travel. She travel, take vacation almost every single month. I'm just so happy and grateful to have her here. It's Coach Ann.
Hi guys, I'm Ann. To be correct, I'm actually having 21 properties. It wasn't that I'm taking vacation every month, but actually every week. I wouldn't be able to do all that without doing the corporate housing.
I've been following Dr. Chau for a long time on Instagram because for me, I'm thinking if I'm going to invest, I want to make sure that I invest wisely because I worked hard for my money, right? And so I've been following Dr. Chau for a long time. Our life has just been so much easier with corporate housing. With our one house for the last months, we've spent honestly the entire time 5 hours within these last 5 months. So an hour a month, guys, honestly.
What I like is the access. Having access to Dr. Chau, the coach. I got his phone number. I can call him for anything. You got to make time or get on their schedule, but Dr. Chau is ready to answer my call if I need it. I haven't yet, but I have faith and know that he will pick up. So that's a big bonus. I tested him. When I say test him, I test his character, and that's what I like about Dr. Chau. He's a real guy. That's why I appreciate Dr. Chau and the program. So
it has been a learning experience for us because it's a whole new business. We also come from corporate America, college and real estate. All of that was completely new for us. I had a hard time with making the phone calls, but you guys said, it's just important to just go for it and make the calls. And we did. We jumped on it, started making phone calls. And after that, it really only took 2 or 3 phone calls. We got our first property in September. We went to go meet the property owner, and he's like an investor. And when he met us right away, we introduced ourselves, met him in person, shook his hand, felt like we were family. He never did a background check on us, credit check, nothing. He signed the lease that night, definitely a blessing. And then we had our house listed within 2 weeks after that. He actually referred us to an investor friend. So our second property that we got, they offered it to us. We listed it on a Wednesday, and by Friday we had 3 inquiries and it's booked for 3 months now. This house that we got now, we rented for $1,895, I think. With the insurance, we're charging $4,200 per month.
We have faith in this program and we're happy with the coaches. Been really great to us. We're excited to get our 3rd and 4th property by the end of the year, hopefully. Let's go.
Within the first month of joining the program, we had a baby. The next month, we onboarded 3 houses. What is your excuse? Let's get on board.
So last year, Kathy went to our event like this, just sitting in your seat. She had one property which she was struggling with short-term rental, blah, blah, blah. And now fast forward a year now, how many properties you have now? 6. On average, $2K a month for properties. You're making 6-figure income, man, in 1 year.
Right now, I have 3 properties.
Awesome. And how much you make average per property per month?
About 3 to 3.5 per property.
3,000 to 3,500 per property. So, man, you're killing it. And those 3 properties making almost 10K a month.
I started my program last September. I started with nothing, had just enough money to get 1 house. Now I'm at 9 houses. I took 5 houses last October. My gross annual right now per month is about $65,000 a month.
This is one of the best masterminds I've been to. I've formed a lot of great relationships, partnerships, just from this one weekend. Better concepts of how to do this business, what to say, how to do it, who to do it with, who not to do it with.
Thank you, Dr. Chau. Thank you for this event. I felt truly at home. My heart is in peace. I trust. I felt understood. I felt cared for from really all of you. And just, I think this is my community from now on.
I also want to just express gratitude to Dr. Chau, the coaches, the team. Putting on this live event was just life-changing for me. On behalf of my family, I know it's going to do well for us. I'm just so excited for the future. Thank you.
There was a point in your life, I am sure, Dr. Chau, that I don't know if you envisioned or where this whole idea came from, but you're absolutely a trailblazer and a pioneer. And it must have taken a whole lot of chutzpah, a lot of courage, a lot of determination, stamina, energy, brilliance. I'm just deeply grateful that you shared it with a lot of us.
I would be remiss if I didn't offer my gratitude to Dr. Chau and the entire team, actually. It's one thing to hear this through webcasts and through Zoom calls, but to see and be in person and feel the love, the gratitude, the passion is a totally different experience. And I really appreciate it and so happy that I've chosen to come and join at this level.
I've never been to a mastermind that's business oriented, included a spiritual component in it. So that was just a really refreshing. I go to 10X events all the time. I don't think I've skipped one yet in terms of the business summit, but I don't think I'm going to skip one event here.
Yeah, same. I just want to say thank you, Dr. Chau, for this opportunity to stay here at this lakefront property, for giving me a space to stay here. It might be outside my comfort zone, but I'm going to declare 10 properties in the next 12 months. So hold me accountable.
Awesome. Welcome back, guys. Let's make it happen. Okay, so you'll learn some stuff from that, right? That's the most important thing, is learn from other people's stories. So now I'm going to go over mastering the art of gaining landlord approval. How many want unlimited properties that you can make money from? Well, this art or skill of communicating to landlord the benefits and also the mindset is a key for you to get unlimited properties. Okay. Literally, I have a student, it took them years to find any deals before us, and they hire a bunch of coaches, they join a bunch of places before program and all that, and none ever worked for them. And within 1 month, they landed a client here that literally has 100 properties. So all they do now is manage for that one client, and they are making literally 6-figure income from that one client. You see the difference? But then they didn't stop there because I'm so proud of them. They didn't just stop there. They're like, how much more can we do? So now within 3 months, they scaled to 3 different states because of what we have, right? Because of the connection, the community that we have. They scaled to literally 3 different states. You see? That's what I'm talking about, right? That's what I'm talking about. Okay. So how do you do that? You gotta understand this. Why would anybody give you their property? Well, you always want to add value. You know, like that's funny because one of the chat said no landlord would agree to sublease. That's exactly one of the myth, the first one that we are talking about here, right? And the reason why they would, after they knowing this, is this. If you're a landlord and I come to you and I say, hey, we will take care of your property like it's our own because our business. Secondly, we get it professionally clean every single month, every few months, and we pay for it, right? Third, any repairs under $200, we're gonna pay for it. We're not gonna, do anything stupid about it. We're not even gonna wake you up with the middle of the night. We're just gonna fix it. And our clients are professional with careers, and they're not gonna do anything to jeopardize their job or lose their job. Or they are insurance families who are going through insurance stay and insurance is paying, right? So they're not gonna do anything that would jeopardize their home, the only home that they have. Does that make sense? So it's not like the long-term tenant who they can lose their job and squat at your property and all of that and all the headache you got to deal with. And it's not like the vacation rental tenant who just go there for partying. No, these are professional. They don't want to lose their job. So they're not doing anything stupid, or they're homeowner already, but they're just going through renovation or a disaster, and they are very grateful to have a home. And the insurance is paying. So, and insurance is the richest company. I mean, guess how many evictions we have for the past 10 years that have been doing this? Literally. Guess. Hundreds of clients, hundreds of properties. Yes, anything close to zero, you're right. Okay. That's why it's amazing. Zero eviction for this business because we have corporate insurance clients. Make sense? So that's the biggest headache we solve for people. Now, inside of our mastermind, our mentorship, we have the 7-figure script that not only tell you what to say, handle the objections, and if you do it right, you don't even have any objections, and also go over the mindset that you need to do this. The mindset is 80% success, and that is something proprietary, intellectual property right just for our student, and I don't have time to go over all that, but just to give you a taste of what we could do. If you're a landlord and I show you these 4 things, isn't it a no-brainer for you, or at least worth you check it out, right? So that's why you literally can pick and choose your landlord. You don't need them. They need you. You can only do a couple of these a month anyway, so you can't do more than, a few of these a month. So be selective. Who you partner up with and who you're gonna get in bed with. You just be very careful, right? So that's why you interviewing them. You don't need them, they need you. Make sense? Okay. So the myth is HOA won't agree to midterm rental. Well, you know what? Find the area where HOA will agree. And some HOA allow 30 days or more rental. And always know that there are abundance of property. Okay, abundance. Right? The good thing about not buying the property is you're not tied to it. So even if it doesn't work out, if you do arbitrage, you can move your furniture to another house. Okay? Or you do co-hosting or management, you're not even risking anything, zero money down, which is what I'm gonna go over in a little bit here. So there is abundance of property. Make sense? And then subleasing is illegal or against rental agreement, right? Well, that's a myth. because it is legal. It's been around for the longest time. You know, you had a master lease in the commercial aspect. It's the same thing, but it's a residential. We're renting out to company. Make sense? So it's legal in the US for decades, guys, decades, literally decades, right? So that's why it work. Okay. Subleasing leads to property damage and loss of control. That's a myth because we have corporate clients and they're amazing clients. Triple insurance. We actually have more insurance than regular rental. We have the platform that we partner up with insurance. We have our own insurance. And then we're going to teach you how to use everybody else's insurance before you have to use yours. I mean, guess how many times I had to use my insurance doing this for over 15 years now? Zero. Because the company has so much insurance, they're worth millions of dollars. That's why they're going to pay. And that's why they have way more insurance than we ever have, or even the homeowner. So they're going to take care of it. Make sense? And then we do have control because the leases are from corporate clients. All right, book a free call with us if you haven't already. You know, I know the spots are filled up really fast in here. So literally, what are you waiting for? If you haven't already done this, right? On this one-on-one call with me, by the way, there's only 5 spots that I have. So now I only have like a couple of spots left. Okay. It's my way of giving back to you. So it's literally an hour with me directly. You understand? That's value over $3,000. I have people pay me $3,000 an hour. So I'm giving that to you for free. So take advantage of it. It's a gift on this New Year's week. Okay. Now, even if my schedule fill up and all of that, and you're not qualified, you have to apply for a little bit. It take just a few minutes. I still have a couple of my advisors that can give you some good advice as well. That can give you some free consult. Okay. So if you haven't done this, what are you waiting for? Okay. You know, why are you here? How serious and committed are you with your goals and your dream? Right? Because especially now, it's January. It's the best time to recommit to yourself, right? It's the best time for you to finally take action for the new year, right? How you start a year is going to be a big part of how you're going to end up. So make sure you start right. Okay. So book a call if you haven't already. All right. So myth, it's impossible to find suitable property for midterm rental. But there's abundance of property, you guys. New properties daily. Okay. Will give landlord security and peace of mind too, by the way. Okay. So midterm rental arbitrage is too complex and risky. That's a myth. It's less risky than buying a property. But one property you buy is equal, you can do about 8 or 10 arbitrage. Make sense? So it's less cost to get started, less loss if it doesn't work out. Complexity is when you don't have the proper mentorship, and then it's complex. Okay. But this, you have the proper mentorship. Make sense? You have the proper mentorship. Okay. So corporate clients are difficult to attract and retain. That's a myth because we have the sources. The reason why it worked for us, we help people with brand new who don't know anything, don't have any experience to make 6-figure within 6 months because we have the connections already. We tested everything under the sun for the past 10 years already for you. You don't have to, right? So with that, you just list your property without connections, you get clients. And we have the best practices to know how to do that with already. Make sense? So, and corporate clients are way better to satisfy than vacationer, by the way. Vacationer are so hard to satisfy because they have a lot of people. And everything is got to be perfect because they're once in a year vacation, right? And they have to deal with the in-laws and all of that, right? God bless the in-laws, right? You know what I'm saying? So, all right. All right, so you get it. I'm gonna go over. We have a ton of material. I don't have time to do it all. Next best thing I'm gonna go over for you is how to do co-hosting with zero money down strategy. Okay, literally zero money down. How many here want to get into property with zero money down, right? And make infinite return. Because if you don't put any money down and you make a return from it, what kind of return is that? Isn't that infinite return? You see what I'm saying? So that's why I love it. Okay. All right. Where are we? Zero money down. There you go. How to do co-hosting or property management. So you gotta understand the profit, guys. You rent for 3,000, you sublease for 6,000, you're making 20%, which is $1,200 a month. Minus utilities, minus vacancy, net rent to the owner is still 3,700. So you're helping the owner making $1,000 instead of $300. Long story short. So you are tripling their cash flow. Makes sense? Because most owner only making a few $100. Now, because of this, you're helping them make $1,000. They're gonna be your best friend. Make sense? Why? Because we're solving the landlord problems. If the owner manages a property, the tenants can squat for 3 to 12 months, costs a lot of time, money, and energy, right? Money and all of that. But when we manage, we literally have zero eviction for the past 10 years. Zero eviction with hundreds of properties nationwide. So they don't have to worry of eviction. That's like music to their ears. Make sense? And then maintaining the property. If the owner manage, you have to maintain the property. Sometimes you got to clean the toilets. Who want that? But when we manage, we hire professionals. Like you don't have to do any of that. I'm not a handyman at all. I don't want to be. I don't want to be a cleaning anything. I haven't done any of that for like 10 years. I hire people to do that. I hire a manager who managed everything else. Why? Because my time is worth more than that. Your time with your family is worth more than that. Make sense, guys? So that's why, because we have the corporate clients, we have the insurance clients, we're able to make the profit. So therefore we can hire professionals. Make sense? If the owner manage the property, there's no profit. If we manage it, we double, triple the profit. So pitch your landlord, how would you like to double or triple your cash flow while I do all the work? That's the perfect pitch right there. Who doesn't want to triple your cash flow or somebody else do all the work? You see? And you only need a couple of these landlords to achieve financial freedom. Just a couple. You don't ever give up, guys. Don't ever give up, okay? Because most of your property will come after the first two landlords. The rest of it, you will get it from referral. Make sense? So that's why. So monthly reports, ask for referral, other property, rinse, repeat, and scale. So what's the difference between arbitrage and co-hosting, right? What is the difference between arbitrage and co-hosting? So arbitrage is when you re-rent the property, right? When you re-rent the property. So you pay first month rent, first month deposit plus furniture is $12,000 to $15,000, right? Zero money down strategy, okay? Is co-hosting. You don't need to pay first month rent. You don't need to pay deposit and furniture. It's co-hosting or management or consulting, okay? So that's the capital. The profit arbitrage, you make $2,000 to $3,000 a month net. Co-hosting, you make about half of that, between $700 to $1,600 a month. Now, the third thing is arbitrage a little bit riskier because you got to put the deposit down. You got to pay 1 month rent if it doesn't work out, right? But furniture as well, okay? Co-hosting or property management, you don't have to worry about that, right? So very low risk. And you're working with the property owner, and the property owner will provide the furniture. That makes sense? The property owner will provide the furniture with the co-hosting a lot of time. So therefore, you don't have to worry about that. Make sense? So co-hosting, very low risk, like zero money down strategy. Okay. Arbitrage, you scale slower because for each property, you need about 10 to 15K to do that. But co-hosting, you should scale 10 times faster because no capital requirement. So it depends on you. If you have some capital, if you want to make more and you have more control, then arbitrage is a good fit. If you don't have a lot of money and you don't want to have a lot of risk, then co-hosting management will be a good fit. You see? But why not learn both? Right? Why not learn both? Because it depends on the landlord too. If the landlord wants to do arbitrage or they want to do co-hosting. Either way, you win. You got me? Either way, you win. Because passive income is the way to your freedom, right? So again, the passive income here, month one, you do one property, making 2K a month. Month two, you do two property, making 6K a month. Month three, you do two more properties. Now you at 10K a month. Literally, 10K a month in 3 months. You know how long it took me to become a pharmacist making 10K a month? 8 years of my life. 8 years of my life just to make 10K a month. 8 years of my life, guys. 8 years. 400K in tuition. Okay? You can do this in 3 months. Our fastest student did it in 1 month. So the sky's the limit. Like there's no limit. No excuses. Make sense? And she did it with two little kids. Okay? So literally no limits, right? What would that mean for you making 10K a month in 3 months from now? Passively. What would that do for you and your family, right? 6 months from now, you could be making 20K a month. 6 months from now, 20K a month. What would that do for you and your family? You see? All right, that's $250,000 a year in passive income, maybe working a few hours a week, but that's it. Very passive. $2.6 million in 10 years. You put this into a trust, your daughters don't have to do anything they never want to have to do for money ever again. Your son don't have to work for nobody ever if he don't want to. Make sense? It's much more than just the money, guys. It's the freedom. It's the legacy that you leave for your kids, right? For generations to come. Think about them. And by the way, we give scholarship to all of our student children as well, right? My youngest, again, that you saw at 15 years old, a son of an immigrant mom, and now he make more than most doctor makes. I mean, most adult make, right? What would that do for his generation? As a 15 years old to be able to do this and see the passive income from this. And he's not going to trade any kind of, he's not going to work and trade his time for money at $20, $30 an hour, $50 an hour even. For what, right? So what would I do for you and your family? Co-hosting, you're making $1,000 a month. 10 of them in 6 months, you're making six figure right there passively. For each dollar passive income is like equal 30, 40, $50 in active income. Even $100. I would trade it for passive income. Why? Because it's duplicatable. It's freedom. And freedom, how much is your freedom worth? Isn't it priceless? You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm talking about. So anyway, last call, guys. Book a free consultation call with us if you haven't already. And I look forward to see you on the other side, right? For those that book, congratulations to overcome your fear. And I look forward to helping you one-on-one, analyze your market, whatever you need to do, right? For those who are watching on social media, you click on the link in my bio, send us a DM. And let's make 2026 your best year ever. Now, we're not done yet. I'm going to do this last exercise with you that will change your life. So everybody, put your hands on your heart, okay? Put your hands on your heart and stay with me here, guys. This next 5 minutes can change your life. So put your hands on your heart, close your eyes, breathe in, deep breath, deep breath, deep breath one more. Relax your mind, your body, your jaw, everything. And now imagine if you don't do anything different. And it's a year now. and you'll be stuck in the same place doing the same thing that you've been doing. It's 2026, right? Imagine it's 2027 and you'll be stuck in the same place. And whatever that challenge is, whatever the pain is that you've been dealing with, maybe not able to see your family, maybe breaking promises to your spouse, taking care of them the way they deserve, maybe breaking promises to yourself. So how you feel if a year from now nothing changes? How you feel, right? So let that sit if in for you. Feel that pain, because without that pain, you're not going to move. Now, if that's not painful enough, scale it out 10 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. How old are you going to be? What would that do for you? Why you keep doing what you're doing? How much longer you want to wait, not making the changes and change your life once and for all? Really feel that pain, guys, because if you don't, one day it might become reality and you got to deal with real life. So at least imagine this right now, even though you can feel the pain, it's not real. So you'll be okay, right? So now you can do something about it. So my question to you is, how much longer are you willing to lose the time, the freedom with your family? The hundreds of thousands of dollars you could be making every single year, and the generational legacy that you'll be leaving your family. How much longer are you willing to compromise your integrity by working at a stupid corporate job and having people telling you what to do? And sometimes you have to do things you don't want to do because you know you have to do it because it pays the bill, or you have to lie, cheat, or something because the company tell you to do it and you got to do it. How much longer are you willing to put up with that? How much longer are you willing to put up with the politics at your job or at your corporate places, or living paycheck to paycheck? What are you willing not to put up with anymore once and for all? So imagine that, okay? What are you willing to decide on? Decide is the Latin word of to cut off. What are you willing to cut off? Because in order for you to grow into the woman, the man you want to become, you got to cut off all the bad stuff, the procrastination, the excuses, the laziness, the, carelessness, the limiting belief, anything. You got to cut off. And now, when you really feel the pain, when you do it right, when you really feel the pain and you're about to cry, and you think about, and maybe this will do it for you. This last straw, what was the last straw that broke the camel's back for you in the past week or two? What was that for you? Okay. Is it your mom, your dad, who's seeing them sacrifice everything and now they suffering and now you can't even help them? Or is it missing your daughters or your sons' special occasions? Or during this past Christmas, you had to work on New Year's and not able to give them the gift that they deserve? How do you feel as a parent? How do you feel as a spouse? How do you feel as a brother or sister? Not taking your family on the vacation that you ask them to take on. Okay? So sit with that and feel that pain. Because without it, you're not going to do anything. Okay? So once you really feel the pain, now, how committed are you to actually make this happen? It's up to you guys. You guys hold the keys to your kingdom, not me. You're in control now, right? It's your life. Nobody can tell you what to do. You have the choice. Take the blue pill or the red pill. You can welcome to take the blue pill and forget everything you learned tonight, all the wonderful success story that you can see and you can tell yourself it's all bullshit. You can do that and forget everything and go back and live a life of quiet desperation for the rest of your life. You're welcome to do that, right? like Neo in the Matrix. He can take the blue pill, go back into the Matrix, and just be a slave to the Matrix. Just like the modern slavery with corporate clients. I mean, with corporate slavery companies, right? You can continue to do that. You're welcome to do that. But how would you feel? Imagine you're on your deathbed when you're 80, 90, 120, actually. You can do that now. 120, looking back at your life with regrets, looking at your kids, your grandkids, you have nothing to show for them except for regrets. How would you feel? Okay. So now, check your body out. Check your body out. Okay. Now, same thing. Put your hand on your heart. Now is the dream, the fun time. Breathe in, deep breath, deep breath. Now imagine a different story. You are the executive producer, the main actor, actress, the movie star in your movie, in your script. Write a good one. If you can make whatever happen in your life happen, what would that happen for you? Imagine now, it's a year now, you finally make the right decision and make this happen. Every month you do a couple of these deals. Literally 6 months from now, you make six-figure income passively, whatever that number for you, 10,000 a month, 20,000 a month, 50,000 a month, whatever it is. How do you feel now? Are you able to do that for you and your family? Right? How you feel? What would that change for you? What would that do for you and your family the rest of your life? Okay. So imagine that. You're making 20, 30,000 a month, 10,000 a month, whatever it is for you, every single month, like clockwork, passively leveraging other people's property. And now you're able to take your family where would you go on that dream vacation? And maybe some of you is like buy your mom, take over her mortgage, right? Now don't have to worry about a thing anymore. Or it's about you're finally settled down and have enough money to start a family. Or some of you want to leave your daughters and your son a legacy of yourself, of the skill set, of the mindset, not just the money, guys, but imagining leaving them the legacy of how to do a business where they don't have to trade time for money anymore. And you take them on this journey with you for the past year to be able to be free the rest of your life, right? Imagine that will forever change their life once they make that first deal and make literally thousands of dollars a month passively. What would that do for you and your family? How would that change your generation to come? And now scale that out 10 years from now, 20 years from now, even on your deathbed at 90, 100, 120, looking back. You have a lot of children around you and grandkids, and they're all proud of you. And you sit in your mansion or on your own island, whatever it is, and you tell them stories of how you overcome your fear that one fateful night with Dr. Chau and with a community that changed your life forever. And you're so grateful to be able to do that. And now look at your portfolio, look at your empire, look at your family ecosystem. And now look at your trust that spit out $500,000 a year. So your kids never have to work a day in their life if they don't want to, or do anything that they don't want to. They can actually pursue their passion and their purpose. How you feel? What would that mean for you and your family? Now, I believe that we are a premium, that we say it, I am a son and daughter of God, right? So anything that the Father have belong to me, right? So you deserve this, don't you? Do you believe that? Right? We're definitely not here by accident, and we're definitely no monkey. We're much more than that, okay? So believe that you are worth it, aren't you? And don't you know deep down that you are special? There's only one of you that has ever walked this earth for thousands of years, out of billions of people. There's one of you, Rachel, Kathy, Joyce, David. There's only one of you, Lorena, Rebecca, Cassandra, Adian, Han. There's only one of you. Selena, ever. Give yourself more credit than that. Tina, Roya, Cordia, right? There's only one of you. So say, I am premium. I am worth it. I am VIP. I am the child of the Most High God. I can do whatever God wants me to do, and whatever dream He give me, I can accomplish, because He's the owner of the whole universe. And what's $1 million a year worth for him? Like nothing. I mean, that's like He just touched you, and boom, here's a planet. You know what I'm saying? So why not? Why couldn't if so many we have so many hundreds of people have done this 10 years now? Why couldn't you just get 10 houses and be free the rest of your life? Right? So now put your badass self in charge and imagine kicking the lazy self, you know, imagining just put the lazy self to sleep, or the one who make excuses to sleep, right? And you rise like a phoenix. You rise like a phoenix, and you change the generations of your family forever and ever. Forever and ever. How you feel? What would that happen for you? Okay. And with this, we're going to count down like it's a new year, and we're going to celebrate as if the roof is off, you know? So everybody, it's time to put your hands in now, right? And count down with me. All right. So book the last thing, yeah, book a free call with us if you haven't already. Last call. For those of you who booked a call, I see you on the other side. Look forward to help you one-on-one, right? And welcome you to the family if it's aligned what we do. Make sure it's aligned what we do. You know, 3 things to look for, again: being coachable, have a positive attitude, and being a giver. But anyway, now you want to celebrate your life, your future. So put everybody count down with me with the new year's, okay? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Celebrate. Yes, 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 yes. Ooh, you made it, guys. You made it. Good job, guys. Imagine as if all your dreams have come true. Celebrate your dreams as it's already have been successful. That's what celebration is about. So celebrate. Celebrate your freedom. Celebrate your family. Celebrate you, your breakthrough tonight, and never surrender. Like, Juan, that's great, man. Yes, do it. Just do it. Whatever your dream is, go out there and do it this year. Whether it's us, whether it's somebody else, it doesn't matter. Just go out there and crush it, guys. Okay. Nothing will stop you now. Okay. So this is what I'm talking about. And this is what changed, separate the winner from losers, separate from somebody who want to be with somebody who make it happen. Do this to you for yourself every single morning, every single night, every single day, and watch yourself change once and for all. Okay. For those of you that booked a call, I look forward to see you on the inside and help you change your life forever. Otherwise, have a blessed, happy New Year's, guys, from the bottom of my heart and my team. We thank you for supporting us, and we love you. We honor you, and always never give up. Always know that there is a greater good, greater power that always watch over you. God bless you. Good night. Happy New Year.